And so YouTube will be available for those that, may not have registered prior to, so it'll be kind of live for them. So just everyone, if you do have questions, just make sure that you are broadcasting that live to the nation. Just want you to know that as well. So please be mindful of that. And so I think we are on there. Things good there. I'm going to do one more thing here. Before we get started. And I think we're good there, getting us on to Facebook as well. And here we go. Okay, I think I'm good. All righty, I think we are live to the world. All right. Everyone see the lovely screen? All right. So once again, just to everyone, welcome to Académie Lafayette's online open house. We are live on YouTube as well as Facebook, so please submit questions. And when we get to that question and answer portion at the end, we will go ahead and answer those. And we do have some live members along with us as well that were able to register on our Zoom account. So we will take those questions live as well. I think chat should be enabled, but just if not, you can always click in when we get to that question and answer portion of it, and we can go ahead there. What I actually will do first is go ahead and share. Gotta look to see where that's at. A video portion. Some of you may have seen this video already, but definitely want to view that again. So I think I know what it did. I think it took over my YouTube account. So let me find this again. Play this and it should give, especially for those that may have some questions, or maybe you don't, and then this will kind of give you some questions to ask. I love working around screens. They're just so beautiful. Know what to do. All right, let's see if I hit this. Can you see the full?
Académie Lafayette. Our focus is providing a world-class education for our students.
I love seeing my grandchildren come alive, speaking French.
Give your kids some credit and just know that their brains are sponges and can absorb it all.
We are now accepting applications. Visit academylafayette.org.
Do you love Académie Lafayette?
J'aime Académie Lafayette.
Ok, tous ensemble. Je mélange. On va pour les jours de la semaine.
Lundi, mardi, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi, samedi, dimanche. Lundi, mardi, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi, samedi, dimanche. Lundi, mardi, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi, samedi, dimanche. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. J'occupe les masses avec mes maillets. Septembre, octobre, novembre et décembre.
Académie Lafayette is a pre-K through 12th grade free charter school, a K-8 French Immersion program, International Baccalaureate Middle Years program for 6th through 10th grade. We have 3 campuses, grades K through 5, our Cherry campus located at 3421 Cherry Street, our Oak campus located at 6903 Oak Street, and our Armour campus, which houses our middle school 6th through 8th, and currently our high school with 9th grade is located at 201 East Armour Boulevard. Académie Lafayette accepts grades pre-K, kindergarten, 1st, and in 9th grade. And for grades 2nd through 8th, we accept students that either come from a French-speaking country or another French immersion school. To apply, you must meet the requirements of living within the boundaries of the Kansas City Public School District. And for kindergarten, the child must be 5 prior to September 1st of the year they are entering kindergarten. And for pre-K, the child must be 4 prior to September 1st of the year they will be attending pre-K. Our pre-K is located off-site at Emmanuel Family and Child Development Center, and you can find more information on our website at academylafayette.org. To apply, go to our website at academylafayette.org, go to admissions and how to apply. This will take you to the schoolappkc.org website. There you will find the online application. And here are the application dates for the current year. After you have been offered a seat, then the enrollment process will start. We do have boundaries for our Cherry and Oak campus. If you live within the boundaries of these campuses, this will be your assigned campus if you receive an offer in the lottery. If you receive a seat off the wait list, the boundaries do not apply. Cherry's boundaries are 27th to 39th Street, Southwest Trafficway to Prospect, and Oak's boundaries are 63rd to 75th Street, Main Street to Kansas City Zoo. Students that live outside of these boundaries are randomly placed at a campus. All students will attend Armour for middle school and high school. We do offer door-to-door bus service for those that live 2 or more miles away from the campus. We also offer after-school care with the upper room until 6 p.m. Start and end times are subject to change. Oak and Cherry campus, class time starts at 8:15 and ends at 3:45. At the Armour campus, class time starts at 8 o'clock and ends at 3:30. Breakfast and lunch is served by JoJo's in Westport. Breakfast is $2, lunch is $4.25. And free and reduced pricing is available. In a typical kindergarten class, the class size will be 21 students and 2 adults. Interns and paras will be additional help to the teacher. And how do students learn in a language? Well, we start by capitalizing on their interest, asking students what they enjoy, what they did this weekend, and then reversing that into French. So starting out with what they enjoy. Students will also have English class. This is separate from their all-day French class. Students learn in French all day including supplement classes such as art, music, PE, and library. Many will say, how can I help my child if I don't speak French myself? Please leave that to the experts, the teachers at Académie Lafayette. For over 20 years, they have done amazing things with our students. So we want to continue that. All we ask you is to continue to help with English or any other language you have at home. In the English class, teachers send home book in the bag. There you can log in times that you have read with your child. Our teachers come from all over the world, including France, Senegal, Cameroon, Ivory Coast in Africa, Belgium, Martinique, Canada, Haiti, and the US. And many of their students have either attended or graduated from Académie Lafayette. All of our teachers have extensive studies, such as study abroad, and our US teachers have a level of French to native or near native level. It's a requirement and expectation of all of our teachers. All of our buildings have full-time nurses and a full-time social worker or counselor. We also provide a uniform closet at all campuses. Our uniform consists of navy, red, white polos, and on the bottom, khaki pants, shorts, skirts, skirts, and jumpers. And also plaid skirts and plaid jumpers. Académie Lafayette is known for providing an opportunity for our students to travel over to France. Our students in 7th grade will have the opportunity. They spend 2.5 weeks in France with host families, and then those students in exchange will come over and live with us for 2.5 weeks. And then our 8th graders also have the opportunity to travel to New Orleans to complete their service project, all part of the International Baccalaureate program. In this program, our students are able to choose an additional 3rd language between Spanish and Mandarin. In high school, we will also be offering many more opportunities to travel the world, although travel is subject to change. I hope this has been very informative to you. If you have any questions, again, please contact me, Robin King, Director of Admissions and Community Outreach, and you can reach me at rking@academylafayette.org. My information is also below in the description. Thank you, and I hope to see you at Académie Lafayette soon. All right, I need to stop that playing in a moment if I can find it again. Even though they sound so lovely, and I can't find it. Oh, great. Life is great. It literally disappeared on me. Just give me a second.
You're just living what every teacher went through for the past year.
Okay, yeah. And it's always on me. Okay, MacBook people, how do I grab?
Did you try clicking on the icon, you know, at the bottom of the bar, like the icon for Google Chrome? If you just click on it, sometimes it'll, you know, pop you over.
Got it. Thank you. Thank you, Adam. I didn't know what to click on. Welcome. And I think Facebook stopped, but hopefully it'll get back on. Let's go here. So now let's do the introduction of our panelist. If I did not close that out, since I was closing out everything in craziness. But actually, I will say this. Dorte, you are the one that is up first. So I'll go ahead and let you introduce yourself and go ahead. And basically kind of just talk about immersion, the French language in the school setting here at Académie Lafayette.
Thank you, Robin. Good afternoon, good evening, everybody. I'm so happy to be here with you. My name is Dorothy Warner. I am the assistant principal at the Oak campus. I was a 5th grade teacher for 10 years prior to that at Académie Lafayette. I love the school. I believe it is by far the best education for children in Kansas City. French immersion is a concept that has, that is not new. We've done it at Académie Lafayette since 1999. And, I want to make sure that all our prospective parents here understand that the day is all in French, except for one 30-minute class of English in kindergarten and 1st grade, And then that English class expands to 50 minutes, 50, for second grade until 8th grade. But the rest of the day is all in French. So that means that the art class is in French, the PE class, the music class, library. So your children are fully immersed, and it's not just, water to the knee, it's all the way. And what that means for your children is when they come home, they're tired. It's a lot. Our kindergarten teachers are absolutely marvelous and teach the children using a mix of song and games and miming and play. And it's amazing how quickly children pick it up. They're little sponges, and their brain development gets very much boosted by this dual language that they're experiencing, English at home and French at school. None of our children speak French at home, so do not worry if there's absolutely zero French at home. That is our job, as Robin said it, to make sure that they get it. And then the transfer of knowledge goes very, has proven to be extremely effective from French to English. Our children at Académie Lafayette test very well on the English standardized test that we all have to take, whether it's in English, math, or science. And so the academic level is very high. Our children are incredible, and we're very excited you're here tonight and hope to answer your questions.
And unfortunately, we have to find out where Maria is, but Maria is the office manager at Cherry. So when we do get her on, we will let her talk at that time. So next up is Justin Jones. He is the Oak instructional coach and previous kindergarten teacher as well for many, many years at Oak and Cherry, correct? So Justin, you can take it away and talk about your aspect of, similar to Dorte, teaching in the classroom as well.
Yeah, bonjour everybody. Nice to see you all. Yes, I've been at Oak and at Cherry. I've been in Académie Lafayette for 11 years, 9 of those beautiful years doing kindergarten. So every ditto to everything that Madam Warner said about immersion and everything that we do to get them to speak French. I know in kindergarten, it seems daunting to put your child into, that kind of thing where, we're doing all the French, but we're good at it. We're doing what we're supposed to do. We're bouncing up and down. I'm screaming. I'm doing French. I'm miming. I'm acting. I'm doing videos, doing songs, doing everything to get them to speak French. And just like in the video, asking what they did during the weekend and relating it to all the stuff that they want to say. And it's amazing. Around this time of the year is when they really start to just everything kind of like clicks and you're like, wow, okay. I remember they're remembering all this, and you're slowly like letting go of maybe they won't understand or having like the deer in headlights look, and they just pick it up. And if they don't know, they're like, je ne sais pas, and they remember how to say that. And then they, you go on and you slowly like retrain them. And, when it's introducing a bunch of new vocab, but in kindergarten, we have a French Canadian method called la forêt de l'alphabet. And each week is a different letter, and then they learn the sounds associated with that letter. And then that is really the bread and butter of the French immersion for the lower grades. They're learning all these different words, and then we're giving them different sentence stems so they can use the French daily and pushing them to do that. But I'm excited to answer all the questions you guys have, and looking forward to see you guys hopefully in the building one day.
All righty. Thank you, Mr. Jones. And next up, we have our Oak social worker, or you can tell all your credentials that you have, Mr. Adam.
That did it. That was great. Hi, everyone. So my name is Adam Nahum. I'm a clinical social worker, and I've been the Oak social worker now for 3 school years, going on 3 school years. I just was drawn to Académie Lafayette because of everything that Madam Warner and Mr. Jones have already said, but also on top of that, it is this incredibly diverse and inclusive staff body as well as student body. And on top of that, there is just this general feeling between parents and our parent community, but also between the staff and the students of loving, caring, just a tight bonded community. And for a school that's still growing, to have that is a very special thing. So I was very much attracted to that as a social worker and feel that it's the best is the best social emotional education and development that children can get to be in that kind of a community. What we do to foster that kind of education is we teach character classes, and so that's our social emotional classes. They are built into the support class schedule, so that would be, you know, your classic art music PE, those kinds of classes. And so in character classes, they're learning social emotional lessons such as what are emotions and feelings, what do we do with our emotions and feelings, how do we make friendships and practice social skills. So, you know, many different of the social emotional tasks that children need as they develop. And on top of that, I do things like small group therapy sessions with groups of students, offering case management kind of support to our families in need. And I suppose I've missed several other hats that I wear, but you know, whatever is needed. And so I just love it at Académie Lafayette, and I'm glad to be here to answer questions.
Absolutely. And I would just chime in with that, you know, as Adam said, you know, in the other hats that he wears, you know, I saw firsthand how we all joined in during COVID and did whatever we had to do. And it was a constant, you know, we lost like a year. We don't know what year it is because it was constant and ongoing. But that just shows to how the staff as well as parents are here at Académie Lafayette. I usually tell parents all the time, potential parents, that the success of Académie Lafayette is too, as well, number one, because of our parents. And so then that takes us into our next introduction. So I would like to introduce Michelle Markham. She is actually a parent of a kindergartner and fourth grader at our Cherry campus. And she's actually also our parent board member is what I should have put up there. She's one of our parent board members. So Michelle.
Hi. Hey, first I want to say hi to Christy and Chris from down the street from me from the block party. So hi.
Hey, y'all.
But yeah, first I just always like to remember that that we're all so lucky to live in Kansas City where we have school options like this. And, you know, just the opportunity to research and make this choice is so powerful. And the good news is that there are like really great public school choices in Kansas City. I now, with the experience we've had there, I think Académie Lafayette is the best, but it's one of those. But the reason why you should really choose is because it actually is the total package. And you've heard a lot about that. You know, it's not just the French thing, although you know, make no mistake that language immersion has proven to enhance all of the education basics and the critical thinking, the problem solving, and all the things that Madam Warner and Mr. Jones just spoke about. But the total package that an education from this school offers your kids includes so much more. So what I like to do is kind of go through, if you're considering this school for your kids, I'm going to tell you what it's like now that my daughter is nearly through her 5th year, and my son is now, you know, just started kindergarten this year, and knows what people are saying now, which was not the case on day one. But, you know, the number one thing is my kids are happy. All through this, my daughter has looked forward to school. My son is looking forward to school. And, you know, they, of course, are happy when there are no school days too, but they really, truly enjoy being in school. The second thing is that they've made friends, and they've made good friends. And it's a really diverse group of friends in every way that you can imagine, and really good, genuine friendships. The third thing is, as a parent, and this has been important to me, is the community. And I've made friends, and a diverse in every way imaginable too group of friends. Friends with other parents, friends with staff members, friends with teachers. And these are also very genuine. The fourth thing is my kids are safe there. They're safe physically, they're safe emotionally. I feel they're in good hands with leadership, staff, and teachers who truly care about what is good for kids. Fifth thing, they're learning. They're learning a lot. I'll speak to my daughter right now that she's in 4th grade, but her vocabulary, her math, her reasoning, her science, her social skills, the character building, social studies, reading comprehension, what she can do on a computer already, her artistic exploration and development, the music theory. Yeah, and it's not just music class, it's music theory, the importance of physical fitness, and then of course the French. And, my sixth thing is, speaking of French, she speaks it. My son is just learning it, but at this point, and this was true last year when she was in third grade, and this was true in second grade, it's like, she speaks it, she reads it, she understands it, she converses in it. She tells me what someone says in French on TV. She gets it. And I think this past year or so, she like realizes that she gets it. And then the final thing is that they're learning more about other cultures, and it's real world learning. It's the learning that occurs from interacting with different cultures. Sorry, I'm at a gym. Different cultures, different races, different genders, and not just studying in a textbook. In just the years that, like, my daughter's been there, between homeroom and specials class teachers. Hey guys, can you give me a second? She's been instructed by like more than 24 different teachers. Someone who graduated from the school from at least 10 different countries, a split between male and female. And this is the type of education that has meant more to us as parents, or meant as much to us really as the test scores. And, the test scores, the academic performance of this school has just been stellar for more than 20 years. It has not missed a beat, and it just keeps getting better. And so knowing that my kids have all of that we've talked about, and they now have a path all the way through high school, is just like one of the most reassuring and certain feelings for me in an uncertain world. So I've talked a lot more. Sorry about the background noise that I had, but get your application in, and I truly hope that you each get to experience what I have here.
Yes, no, thank you so much. She's being a parent, a very active parent, as you can see. So, if you're looking for opportunities, we have them as well. As I said, because of the parents. So we have PTO, our parent organization as well. We have Council de Co, and I'm probably not saying that correctly, but it's another opportunity for parents to lead in decision making, where our other parents can provide information to our reps, and then they can bring that straight to administration as well, and so make decisions. So just know there are tons of opportunities for that. So next up, last but definitely not least, is a couple, a parent family, Carla and James Lee. They're labeled on here as the Lees. So now it's the Lees show. Now they have a kindergartner and a second grader at our Oak campus. So you guys, the Lees, take it away.
Okay. Well, the other Lee, he'll be here in a minute. He's buying some fish for me, right? So yeah, I know, right? So I just want to say that Académie Lafayette is absolutely the best school in Kansas City, Missouri. And when I say that, I'm not just talking about the French piece either. I'm talking about the partnership between teachers and families. It helps develop a successful and well-rounded student. And our boys are thriving there. The staff has been and still is very compassionate to the needs of the students and the parents during the pandemic. And I just want to say once to everybody, to all the staff on here, kudos. We love you. We felt the support. We felt it, and our kids felt it. And we appreciate it. And for them to return to school, and I mean, they are at the happiest they have been in the last year and a half, because the second grader, he missed the whole 2 years of school. Basically, he went in as a kindergartner. He only had a semester of kindergarten in person, and so his whole rest of the kindergarten year and first grade year was online. And let me tell you, we do not speak French in our household, but the support that came from the teachers and the staff was absolutely amazing. It's like they said, hey, you don't have to speak French. So, because at first I was nervous, I was scared. I was like, how's this gonna work? But it worked. And our kids love it. And like I said, we have the teachers who would say, hey, I'm gonna work with you. I'm gonna send you this. So I've learned French in between there too. So I'm grateful. But they're happy at school. They have built great relationships. Their social skills are awesome. The vocabulary is awesome. They can read in French and English. They can do math in French and English. They come home and tell me everything that they learn about the world and it makes me happy. And as far as like diversity, equity, and inclusion, I feel like we're one of the best schools in KCMO that demonstrates what that looks like. So I feel comfortable there. I know my kids are safe there. I mean, the vice principal is outside every morning, Madam Warner. I love her. And let me tell you, it feels good that they are being greeted by each and every staff in that building. So they are like, they're at home. They're at home there. And they are at home because they're there for 8 hours out the day. And if you're looking for a place where you feel comfortable leaving your child every day and knowing that they're getting the best education and they're getting the compassion and they're getting taught what compassion and empathy is, Mr. Adam. I mean, this is awesome. So this is the best school. If I have another child, I don't know. But if I have another kid, guess what? They're going to go there too. It's just going to be traditional. That's my school. And I recommend it to everybody in my family, friends, in the community. What you have to say, husband, because I keep going.
Well, it's a little bit left, but I'll say it's a lottery getting into school, and it literally is winning the lottery. Knowing that my boys are being educated, highly educated, and they're pooped when they get in the car. I said, what's wrong with you? Nothing, I'm just tired, Daddy. Their little brains are working. My experience being there, ever since we've been there, the staff at Académie Lafayette have been above board professional, and just the way that they handle things, I appreciate, which works well for me. It's organization, and the way the kids learn is phenomenal. They learn at a really, really high level. They're extremely educated, and they have plenty to talk about when they come home from school. And we are learning every day from them. But overall, my wife said just about everything that could be said. So I will add to what she said and just say it's an awesome experience. It's been wonderful, great, and can't wait to get to the end. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a challenging school. And guess what? That's okay, because your babies are going to come out better. And I'm not trying to be funny. Like, the kids are like really intelligent. Each and every parent on here, let me let you know that they will come home tired, but they come home full of knowledge. And that's one thing that no one can ever take away. So I appreciate that.
And Robin, I don't know if I can jump in, but I just wanted to put kudos out to the parents, to the Lee family, to the Markham family, and all the parents at Académie Lafayette. We could not do what we do without their support, their enthusiasm, their participation. It is amazing to be, one in the community of such wonderfully invested families. So that's what we're looking for, is families who want to help, have ideas. We really benefit from parent involvement, and we so appreciate how involved our parents are. So thank you.
Absolutely. And I will just give you a little bit behind the scenes. I literally, when I sent out the calendar invite, and I sent it out and just said, if they want to go, they can come. And literally everyone said, boom, boom, boom. Yes, yes, yes. And I was like, there they go. That's Académie Lafayette, and so that's just how it is. And so a lot of times parents have asked me, how do I get involved? And so kind of how I mentioned that before, and that's what we want. We want involvement. We want support, and even beyond. The history of Académie Lafayette is that it started because of parents and teachers wanting to continue this for Kansas City. Would it be in previously Logan, the French Immersion School, or the French Magnet School? With the district, and wanted to continue that. And so that's kind of the foundation of it. It didn't come out of some, head honcho. It came out of localness, wanting to continue that. And that's why it's continued. So there are plenty of opportunities to do that, and to help make it, your own, and all that kind of stuff as well. So to put your personal stamp, on it. And then be proud of that too. And we still have parents that still help us out to this day. When their kids graduate, which at the time, previously, they graduated in 8th grade, they still helped and still continue to this day. So when you're Académie Lafayette family, you're Académie Lafayette family for life. And so in speaking to that, if the Lees do have an additional family member, siblings are automatically accepted. So just want to be upfront about that. Those seats are reserved first, and then we offer in the lottery. So, and I know the question will probably come up maybe like, what are our chances are? So I like to say first round will be the lottery. So obviously you can apply starting now, November 13th through March 1st. And so that's that first round. It will be the lottery. You will be notified if you have a seat or if you have been waitlisted. And then I will do the second round. So you have about 2 weeks or so to accept that seat. So if some people just, leave that seat vacated, then I can offer those seats. So that's second round to me. And then third round is about summertime when people are saying, you know what, I got a new job, I got to move out of state or even across state lines. And so now I have other seats to offer. And then the fourth, I think I count that right. The fourth would be when school starts. Same thing, there could be some people leaving at that time. So usually by mid-semester, I have gone through the entire wait list of everyone that applied before the lottery. And then I'm offering seats to people who have applied after the lottery because they are added on to the end of that initial wait list. So usually I tell people by at least in a year, it's 100% chance because I'm going to offer you a seat. So the thing that you have to do is have patience. That you do have to do. So it just depends on that. So just wanted to put that out there. So at this time, if there are any questions that you have, please just unmic and hopefully you are able to do that. If not, I can get that together. Let me see if anybody, okay, let's see here.
I guess I have a question or maybe two. I'm Jillian. I don't know if you can hear me, I guess.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. So we'll have a kindergartner next year. And I guess what does discipline look like in form of I guess in kindergarten? What would a disciplinary action be for them?
And so who would like to take that? Dorte, Adam, or okay, Dorte.
So, we really believe that all children are good and that our job as educators is to redirect them when needed. We partner with parents. It's very much part of the culture of Académie Lafayette that we work together with parents to educate and help our children, particularly with if there's any behavior issues. So what it would look like is if a child is not following the rules that are very well explained by the teachers, we ask students to participate in the rules that they feel are important for the community. This is not a top-down approach. It's a very much a collaborative approach. Our first responsibility is to keep all our children safe, both physically and emotionally. So we take that responsibility very seriously, but we do depend on our parents to help us with basic things. Children do not behave well when they're tired, when they're hungry. So, good sleeping habit, good eating at home, a nice routine, learning what it's like to be a student is part of what we do in the kindergarten classroom. But we depend on our parents and our families to help us bring that point home. If there were an issue where we have a concern, then our first step is to talk to the parents, find out if are there any issues that we should be aware of? Are there any barriers to learning that we need to address? We involve our special ed department, Title I to provide additional support, and certainly our counselors and social worker. But it really is a collaborative approach to make sure that children are served and have a happy, healthy day while they're at school with us.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I've answered your question. Did you need more specific, or did that answer your question?
She gave you thumbs up if you couldn't see. She gave you a couple of them. Any other questions at this time?
Yes, I've got a question. I've got two questions, actually. First things first, I would like to thank again, Michelle and Elise for coming and giving us a firsthand experience from parents. We really appreciate it. Christine, I really appreciate it, you guys. Thank you so much. And I would like to thank Robin and the rest of the team from Académie Lafayette for doing this for us. Thanks again. So my first question is, extracurricular activities for kids. We've got a kindergartner, possible kindergartner coming to you guys. So extracurricular activities, if you could kind of expand on that. And then the other question is special education services. If you've got a child that maybe is falling behind a little bit, or maybe struggling to reach those grade level expectations as far as, both in French and in English, what do you guys do for a student that might fall into that category?
Okay. Does somebody else want to take that, or do you want me to go with it? Okay. So for extracurricular, especially for kindergartners, it's not as much. I will say that. But I know we have different maybe events of things that obviously different with COVID. So I will say that first too. Obviously things have changed due to COVID. So we're hoping to turn things around as we move forward. But I would say for extracurricular, maybe not particularly for kindergarten, but definitely for our younger grades, I want to say we still have theater of the imagination, I think it is.
And that starts with kindergarten. Kindergartners can do that after school. Okay.
And so, and throw some at me then if there is some for kindergarten. So that one is available for kindergarten. And I'm not for sure if that's still online or not, because I know they had moved to online, but at least it's still interactive. Then I'm trying to think of some other things for lower grades.
We have some art, the Ron Brown. So again, another example of how families get involved. We have parents who wanted to start an art club for children. So that was the Young Rembrandt, it was called. And so, before COVID, of course, we had so many more activities. We are, trying to bring those back in a safe manner to make sure that we, do not, that we're following our mitigation measure. We want to keep school open. That's most important to us. So restricting the activities has been one of the sacrifices we had to make. But we have soccer activities, we have drama, we have an after school program that is brought to us by Upper Room. And so I see tennis lessons coming in. I see, I'm talking about the Oak campus, but I know it happens at Cherry as well. I see, dance and all kinds of extracurricular, because we want to make sure our children who have to stay until 6, they need to do fun stuff, and have opportunities. So we had chess club. Truly, we had a dance club. It's really, we have a lot of parents who approach us and say, hey, I want to do a math club, or I would like to do an art club. So again, this just shows how much our parents make us better. So if there's a skill that you have, a club you want to start, we usually, we are always looking forward to more of those opportunities to make it happen.
Yes. So
if I could just add one thing, I am nowhere near an expert on this, but I did just recently go and kind of get a tour of some of the new facilities. There's wood shop and machine shop and all these things that they're doing up at the high school level. And so the feeling I get is that there is also this exponential growth that happens as the students grow older and go off to our middle school, our high school, that there are these new amazing opportunities that are just starting up, in this past year or two. So, I guess that's my way of saying I'm super impressed by the growth of extracurricular activities that it seems to continue to happen over these past few years.
Yes.
And I'll just add into that too, that while there are a few kindergarten activities at the school, the kindergarten parents, and it's again where that community comes together, there are a lot of things that they'll do together. So there's, of course, Brookside soccer that they'll do together. There's YMCA flag football. And so a lot of times what you'll see is within the community, it's, hey, I've got a kindergartner, we're thinking about this. Does anybody else from this campus or either campus want to do these things together? There's the capoeira business at 63rd and Troost. It's actually owned by an AL parent, and a lot of people go to that. So there's a lot of community around that because some of the things like cross country and volleyball and basketball, the track start at a little bit older ages. So in addition to those things, the theater and the art that are at the school, the community really comes around with sharing about things so that we can get parents and kindergartners and first graders together.
And we do have a parent Facebook page on our Académie Lafayette's Facebook page that when people will put that out there and say any activities or say a certain one, and then the parents will help out with that. So yes, speaking of the upper grades, I know middle school and high school kind of have a cover band. They are amazing at what they do. So they have a cover band, and then and we have like a music room, band room for when they do recordings and such. Sports, as I said, cross country, track, volleyball, basketball. I think I named them all. And just to toot our own horn, we are currently the champions in volleyball. Is it soccer and
country?
In cross country. So it's we're like almost like a three-peat. I just want to say that, but it is three. So they are amazing in that. And I will even say before, when the students left in 8th grade, not like you can't really recruit, but they did love when the track stars ended up in their high school. So yes, they are sought after for that. And then journalism as well. Journalism has become major, especially in the high school area. As a former journalism teacher, I'm so proud, but they have a full studio as well. So what Adam was speaking of is when your students now, 2 years ago is when we opened the high school. So we have 9th grade and 10th grade currently. And then in the upcoming years, we'll have 11th and 12th, but your students are now able to go all the way to 12th grade to graduate from high school here at Académie Lafayette. So we put a lot of work into making that program what it is to this day. So we have a whole renovation. The Armor campus was literally purchased for this point. So our middle school and high school is there. We renovated those floors to have those maker space and areas like that for our students. So number one in mind for that.
Hey, Robin. Sorry, I also to bridge that back to working with the parents. I was one of the volleyball coaches that, won all the division champs and everything. And I coached with a lot of the parents, and I also had them, in kindergarten. So it was really cool to have those kids grow up and help coach them doing middle school volleyball, and to have those parents next to me helping coach. Also something we do in high school is student council. I'm also one of the teacher reps for that. The other one is the high school library teachers. So we also work with a lot of the other local schools, and we come up with a bunch of community projects and work on different things for the school, and opening different things and just helping that way too. So there's also student council.
That is awesome. Justin, I didn't know you did that. That is amazing. I hear a lot of things of what the student council does. And so, and to his point of being involved with the community, I'm just so proud of that. So they will work with other schools and combine and come up with different community service projects or stuff like that as well. And so that is a number one huge proponent of Académie Lafayette is the community, and is going out in the community and giving back to the community. And so even if they go overseas, they give back to even that community, or when they go to New Orleans, our 8th graders as well. And so International Baccalaureate, that is the program that starts in 6th grade, which I think I mentioned as well in the video, that they get to add an additional language at that time. So they get to decide between Mandarin and Spanish. And then obviously when they go on through high school, they can choose the one that they didn't. And so now they're learning all these languages. And then actually tonight, and maybe about an hour or so, the high school is going to have their meeting for their trip for 2023. school year, and then they can, I'm not for sure if there's many options this year, but they will be able to decide what country they want to go to that's offered, instead of previously how we only had, the one option literally of going to France, which is an amazing option now, but now they'll have even more. And so our international travel is going up with that too. So we're preparing our kids for all that. So any other questions?
I think he had the second part of his question that we didn't answer yet.
Oh, sorry. You're right. Special education. Dorothy, you want to take that?
Sure. So we have a very strong special education department at each of the campuses. So if a child comes with us with an individual education plan or an IEP, then our special ed department will take care of servicing the students in all areas. Our special ed department does not speak French, however, so they are providing services in English and doing both push in and pull out of students in order to meet the services that are outlined. If a child comes to us without an IEP, but it becomes apparent that we may be needing to bring in special education services to help the child, then we do that as soon as possible. We know that the sooner we provide services, the sooner that we find out what the issue is, the faster the child will overcome it. So we are, we do those meetings all the time. And you also asked about academic support, I think, and what happens if a child gets behind. We are very diligent in identifying early on any issues and any learning loss, because we know that the sooner we address this, the sooner the child will succeed. So we rely on some testing that we do with the Northwest Education Association, otherwise called NWA, in first grade and up, where we can identify where our children are in English, math, and science in the English language, so that we have this additional information besides the regular testing and assessment our teachers do. And we also have the end of the year test, but we don't want to wait until an end of the year or an end of unit test to see that there's an issue. So we, again, collaborate with parents, have parent-teacher conferences early in October. We do it again in February. But if your child is struggling, please know that the teacher will reach out right away to put a plan together and help them succeed, because we do not want to waste any time in addressing any issue that may be happening. So we will, all hands on deck and all talents together to address what needs to be addressed. Yeah. Did that answer your question?
Yes, it did. Thank you very much.
Good.
Was there anybody else who had a question? I think we went over in the video the start times. And so our current start times for both campuses are 8:15 till 3:45. The campus opens at 8 o'clock currently. All things are subject to change if possible, but at this time, they will open 15 minutes prior to class time. Information will be sent out to you on how to do drop-off, things of that nature. And speaking of that, buses are available if you live 2 or more miles away from the assigned campus, the campus that you're assigned to. And it is door to door at this point. Things are always subject to change. And I'm kind of thinking of stuff and talking at the same time. Let me go ahead and just talk about summer school, since that came up in my mind. Summer school is available in the summer for free. There's no charge for that as well. It is open to the new kindergartners. So the kindergartners that will start in August, they are able to attend. Highly encouraged as well. So this gives them time to get used to the campus, get used to hearing this language as well before that first day in August. But if you do not take that opportunity, it is okay. Your child will still survive. But like I said, just highly encouraged so they can get in and get just somewhat acquainted. So that is available. We will probably have that registration available the same time that we have new registration available. So in March, when you accept your seat, then the next part will be to enroll. And so then you will submit immunization updates, residency proofs, emergency contacts, health information, all those details about your child into our new student information system, which is Tyler. And so go through that process as well. I don't know if this was mentioned in the video, but recess is about, and let me know, everyone, if this has changed or not, but about 20 minutes twice. Oh, Justin, are you laughing at me? Okay. 20 minutes twice a day, so morning and afternoon, as well as for kindergartners, there is nap time for that first semester, and then second semester, they're obviously weaned off of it. It's not anymore, so of course they can get ready for first grade. Now, it is not required to nap. It is just a time that they need it, as the lead said, that they are kind of worn out. So we do want to provide the opportunity at this time, especially when they're just starting out. And then snack time as well. I think there's an AM and a PM snack time. I think just now with COVID, it's just that make sure that snacks are not shared. Sometimes, we could do that. Parents could bring in snacks to share, but at this time, it just has to be for the individual child too. At this time, not for sure how the future will look, but at this time, everyone has free meals, obviously with the issue of COVID. So we don't know what the future will hold, but at this time that is free. But we do have food services by JoJo's, which is in Westport, and they've been with us since the beginning. So they are literally like our staff as well. And so they have also, as you guys have seen in the news, just some issues with that, but they have made things work out for us as well. Sometimes maybe the menu wasn't what we stated previous, but we did get our items in. And you can let your child bring lunch. They are able to do that. They are able to buy milk cards as well if they just want milk, but they are able to bring that in as well. I'm trying to think of some other things. Uniforms. So I mentioned uniforms as well. They are khaki bottoms, whether that is pants, shorts, skirts, and jumpers. For the ladies as well, plaid jumpers, plaid skirts, and then closed toe shoes. And then the tops are collared, or button down, or polo, red, navy, and white as well. We also have a uniform closet at all of our locations, including our high school as well. This is where some of our parents have donated gently used or even new items to there, and it's available for any of our parents, no matter the income level, to go in and utilize that as well as donate. So we'll take donations as well. Number one is there because you'll wake up and nothing fits. Go to the uniform closet, that kind of thing. You'll have these clothes that don't fit anymore in the house. You got to get rid of them, bring them to the uniform closet. So, so we do have that available, and that is also managed by our parents as well. So, as we said, we're true to what we say when we are successful because of our parents. So a lot of these things that we do is because of them. Let's see, anything else? I think it's been, mentioned many a times, especially if you're thinking about the aspect of the French language at the home. Please just leave that, to our experts here at Académie Lafayette and let them do what they can. I do tell parents too, your confidence level of your child. So, if you kind of see that, reach out to the teacher. We have our teachers here. They are very hands-on with parents and let them know exactly what is going on. And so please reach out to us, and the teachers and the principals as well. Let them know, let them hear your voice. We have open door policy here. And so please let us know anything, anytime. We want you involved. That's what we want. We want an involved community as well. So anything else? So no questions, huh? I just answered everything. Well, I just know. Go ahead.
If I have one more, I'm sorry. So like free time for the kids, like, and by that I mean like recess and lunch. I guess, do they get to choose what language they speak? Do you encourage them to speak only French? Like, are they like told, I guess, how does that work?
Great question. Dorte?
I think Justin is the best answer for that. I mean, I think that, we speak French to the kids all the time. I speak French to them, in the hallway, in the office. Now, we don't expect them necessarily to respond in French every time, but we always paraphrase and have them restate the question in French. Now, when it's free time, we know their little brain needs a break. So I'm going to let Justin, answer that question, because I want to make sure that it's the practical answer. So Justin, as a very recent kindergarten teacher, what language do children speak during quiet time?
So during recess, like when they're out with their friends, of course, they're speaking English. If they come up to me and they have a question or they have a problem that's not a major problem, I'll have them translate to French. That's the school. It's Immersion. I want them to learn the vocab that they're speaking to me with. In the classroom, I definitely try to make it be French during the quiet time. Like when we're not doing nap time and we're doing French, I'm giving them enough vocab and tools for them to be able to speak French to each other. But if they do speak English, I help them translate and then do it. Sometimes I don't even notice it and then I just do it, so it's just natural. But we try to speak as much French as we can. But if it's outside during their free time, I'm not going to follow behind them and make sure they're speaking French with their buddy during, the 20-minute recess, but yeah, try to do as much as we can.
But again, the health of our student is most important. If a child is upset about something, then we certainly are not going to add pressure by requesting that the language is French. We want children to be able to express if something is difficult, but they're incredibly cute and will always say, comment tu dis ça en français? They will ask, how do you say that in French? Because they so want to please and do it the right way. But, we are, we are parents ourselves for many, many of us. So we want to make sure the children feel good and are able to express themselves, particularly in situations that may be stressful for them.
And I think this was mentioned, but they do have English class every day for 30 minutes. So just know that is still continuing. Our English teachers are certified in the area, know what the students need to know at that time too, just as much as our French teachers, but so they're in that area. Also, I wanted to mention our leadership and even before that, although Adam is on here representing the social workers and the counselors, we do have nurses at every campus, and that is actually a highlight too. I'm a former teacher, so I've been in schools where I know that this, was limited. But we have those nurses, especially at this time. I mean, what we're dealing with and testing and all those types of things, and contact tracing and everything. Kudos to our nurses for what they've done and continue to keep our community safe in the buildings and our campuses as well. So just know that they are there for that too. And anything, like I stated before, health issues and stuff, place that in the registration as well. And the nurses take care of that and take care of our babies. But our leadership, just so you know, we are a free public charter school. But although we are independent of Kansas City School District. So we set our own calendar. And that is by the input of our parents and family as well. But we set our own calendar. So let's just say if there is a snow day, you will see Académie Lafayette scroll on the bottom of your screen. Okay. If you see KCPS, that's not us. You might need to show up. just so you'll know that is independent of that. And we are the ones that decide that. But we just have the same obvious structures. of other schools. So we have our head of school, which is like our superintendent. And then we have directors of development, directors of admissions, such as I, and then business managers, facility managers, and then campus managers as well. And then so on and so forth. Director of IT as well, which actually leads into our technology. So we actually, of course, through this have laptops or Chromebooks, I should say, for all of our students. But I think the lower grades don't necessarily have to take them home, but they are available to them, especially if needed. But we still teach those skills to our students as well. So they get that, that knowledge too. And so, of course, they were thrown into everything being online to learn those things, but otherwise we can still continue to teach that to them. Touch screens and smart boards are in the classroom, so they get that technology use as well. And then hotspots, so we have those available too for our families too. So if ever needed, we do have those, since we do have abundantly and above and beyond them now. So yeah, so please just let me know if you have any more questions. It looks like we're gonna kind of end a little early if no one has any other questions. But I also just want to mention too, I'm not for sure if this person I'm going to direct this comment to is still on here, but I did get a request today, and it stated that they were they could possibly join Académie Lafayette for the 21-22 school year, which is currently. So if you're here, you can stay on with me. And then we can kind of discuss, because that's a little bit separate for the ones that are going to join in 22-23. You're just applying and kind of waiting on that lottery to take place in March. But to that person, if you want to continue, we can, and discuss some things to get you in for this current year and get you started. But otherwise, any other questions? All right, well, you can continue to send messages if need be throughout this time. And hopefully we will see you all soon, and as a member and family member of here at Académie Lafayette. Thank you, everyone.
Merci, Robin.
Thank you, everyone.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Lee showing out.
I told you I've been learning some stuff over here.
Let me see how to.
Bye, Robin.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you, guys.
Yep. See you, Robin. Merci.
All right. Thank you. All right. Bye-bye.
Happy to do your